Good morning, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm Coach Deborah, and I am super excited to have you here with us this morning on Saturday Morning Real. Yes. And thank you so much for tuning in. We thank you for your prayers, your comments, your shares. We really appreciate everything that you do for Build Your Best Life. Well, we are continuing our series this month about Blueprint for Gratitude. Blueprint for Gratitude. It is so nice to take an opportunity to thank others, to be kind to others. We have a choice whether we want to show gratitude, be grateful, and to share with others. And it's not all about material things. Being kind is so much more. Sometimes a hug, that may be the only hug that person gets within a week or a month, or a smile. Have you ever tried that? Someone, and you smile, and then they smile back. That's a great feeling. So I'm taking this opportunity this morning to talk about a topic that lines up with our theme, and it is life experiences. Life experiences. And the reason why I want to talk about life experiences, because when I look at my life, I look at life as a gift. It's a gift. God did not have to create me. I don't have to still be here on the earth. I could have been taken away a long time ago. I've been through different illnesses, one it took forever to diagnose. I've battled cancer and survived. So life to me is a gift, a precious, precious gift that I appreciate. I am grateful for. Well, that's my topic today. So life experiences and life. We should be grateful for life. And then if we're grateful for the life that we have, why not preserve it? Preserve it. This is like if you go somewhere and you buy some food and it is just delicious, but you can't eat it all. Do you just leave it there? But do you ask for it to go a box so you can take it home and savor it again because it was just so delicious? If you go somewhere and you're listening to music and you hear the song that you've never heard before, and it just makes you feel a certain type way, You try to find out the name of it so you can purchase it for yourself so you can play it whenever you want. Well, if you love your life, your body, why not try to savor it and preserve it the way it is? Now, if you tore up from the floor up, hey, you might want to not preserve it. You might want to try to fix it up. But if you are satisfied with what you have, let's try to preserve it. So we're going to talk about a couple things. The first one is to focus on your spiritual well-being, your spiritual well-being. You know, you say you go through life and you may do this and that and do some things that you know are not right, but as you grow and mature, you change and you begin to act out the way you think you should act out. And so you say, oh, I'm a Christian, I've been saved, and you do whatever your rights are in your faith, and then that's just it. Okay, if you've gone through that and you are where you want to be, or close to where you want to be in your spiritual life, why not preserve it and make sure that you stay where you are or only grow, that you don't you don't go back in time. You only get better and better and better. So you continue that Bible reading time. You don't need anyone to tell you to read your Bible or what passages you need to read. You can come up with your own reading process or however you read. I know every year I read through the Bible. And so one might say, well, why do you read through it every year? Well, that's just like if you watch a movie. I don't know if you've ever heard this or experienced it, but you can watch the same movie over and over, even if it's your favorite movie. Watch. Every time you watch it, you will see something that you didn't notice before. Well, every time you read a passage of scripture, you may get a little bit more, understand it a little bit more. And then every year I don't read the same version. I do different versions. You know, I've done King James. I've done New King James. This year I'm doing chronological order. So I'll do something else next year. But it is, you know, when people use different type words, because sometimes you might be talking to someone and they say, oh man, that is just, I can't even think of a word. That's just Colossus. What you talking about? Or if I say, oh, you did? Oh, that is just huge. That is a big accomplishment. Makes more sense. So the different versions, they use different interpretations of different biblical languages, such as the Greek or Hebrew or Aramaic or whatever. So you get different words that are being used in those different interpretations. So it's different. So that is what I do. But you may, compare a scripture passage that you've read with a commentary to get a deeper understanding. You may just read and sit quietly and let it saturate. Let God speak to you. And what do you get out of it this time? You might want to journal, jot it down. So different things are ways that you can grow. You read different books. So don't stay in that one spot. Preserve what you have, but always try to get better. The next one, practice self-care. Practice self-care. So you don't want to wait until you just broke down. Somebody comes by and they're like, what's wrong with you? Oh, I just can't sit up straight. Why you can't sit up straight? Oh, I'm in tremendous pain. Did you just get in pain this morning? Oh no, it's been like this for about a month. It's getting worse and worse. Okay, why would you do that? If you have a pain and it is an unusual pain, you're not suffering from a particular chronic condition and you know that flare-ups cause you pain or whatever, why are you not trying to find out what's going on? That's different to have a headache. Okay, let me see, let me kind of, maybe it's a sinus headache. Let me get some saline, make sure everything's dusted down good. Just wait a while. It doesn't go away. Okay, let me maybe take something. Doesn't go away, then maybe it's something else. You have to think about it. You know your body. But you have to do self-care. You want to get those mammograms. If you're female, you want to get those mammograms. You want to get the annual visits to your OBGYN. You want to get your flu shots, your pneumonia shots, your shingle vaccines. Based on your ages, you want to get different things checked out. If you're a male, based on your age, you have to get a colonoscopy. You may have to get a prostate exam. You have to get various vaccines or what have you. But you need to do self-care. Get that annual vet checkup. See if everything is where it needs to be, is performing and operating like it needs to, should, or something is off. Because sometimes something can be off and you have no idea. You don't want to go years and years and years carrying something around in your body, which could be cured or worked on, only to find out you're at this stage and you've had it for 2-3 years, but because you weren't doing any type of self-care, now it's just all out of control. So do those things that you can do to take care of your body. No matter what skin tone you have, you need to use sunscreen. Everybody can get sun cancer. So don't think you are obsolete from getting that. Take care of it. If you work outside or you in the sun a lot, you do a lot of outside activities, use your sunscreen. If you know that you are a male and you you wear the bald is your preferred hairstyle, put some sunscreen up there. You got sun beaming on your head. You might say, well, I wear a cap, but is the cap protecting you? Do what you need to do to preserve your body. If vitamins, vitamin C, when you get a certain age, your bones begin to get more dense. So you may need more calcium, but find out those things that you need and do them. Get those dental checkups, all those things. This is one that, sometimes people beg to differ. I don't go along with that. And I think I've talked about that before. And that's that me time. Why you need me time? When you go to bed, you got some me time. No. You go to bed, everybody that goes to bed, you don't necessarily sleep well. You don't necessarily go to bed at a decent time, or you have to get up early. So you may not be trying to get the needed number of hours of sleep. Or you may be in the bed, but are you sleeping? Are you tossing and turning? Are you in pain while you're in the bed? So that's not helping you. But you need to have some time when you can be alone to do that Bible reflection, your meditation time, to listen for that still small voice. Because if you're up and busy and people are always talking with you, or you're talking, you're always moving around, you never sit still, you never take time to listen, you can you can miss out on some opportunities, miss out on some things that God is trying to tell you that he needs you to do, a purpose that he has for your life. But if you're too busy to even hear him, you can miss out. And if you're not getting that needed mental rest. You need to rest your brain as well. What do you think is going on when you're thinking and working and doing projects and running this ministry and doing this nonprofit and helping this person out? You're doing this job, you're doing that project, you're crunching numbers over here, you're helping your kids with homework, you're trying to get a tutor because you don't understand what they're doing, but you want to understand so you can better help them. All that is pulling on your brain. You got to rest that thing. You want to preserve what you have. So take some me time. What is me time? Me time can just be going outside, sitting on your porch, sitting under a tree, sitting with your feet in some water. You can be inside. You got a foot massager, put your feet in there, get you a good book, and just let that massage machine massage your feet. You can read that book, you can do a puzzle, or you can just sit there, all calm and quiet. TV's not on, there's no music, there's no white noise. It's just calm. Oh my goodness, I could just stop now and go get me some me time. But you need it. It really helps. And I keep talking about mental health, but if you look at an ounce, I'll say a couple of minutes of TV, or read books, or see something on social media, I know you've heard about how many people are being impacted by their mental health and things that's going on that is causing them mental health issues. That's depression, anxiety, different things going on. So all of that helps. Anytime that you can spend on you helps. And remember, one of the things I teach is you got to love yourself first and foremost. So if you're not at 100, how are you going to care for that son, for that child, for those grandchildren you're trying to raise, for that spouse that is ill, for that parent or other loved one that's not able to take care of themselves anymore and they need your assistance? How are you going to be there for them and be effective if you're not at 100? You got to preserve yourself so you can be ready. Right? So think about those things. If you just joined us, I am talking about life experiences and preserving what you have. If you're not happy with what you have, of course, you don't want to preserve that. You want to grow and learn some new things. But if you've been working on self and you're kind of pleased with what you got and you want to maintain, you need to preserve. So I've talked about spiritual well-being, self-care, and me time. So now the next thing I want to talk about is that family time. And I guess you say, well, shoot, we're sitting there eating, we're having family time. But do you realize how many families don't eat together anymore? Well, my husband comes home this time. The children have after school activities. Well, I don't want to wait till they come home to eat. Think about it. 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you'll want some family time and they'll be gone. They'll be going away to school, have their own families. So it is important to set family time. And when I say family time, I don't mean one person over sitting somewhere doing this, another person somewhere doing this, another person focused on the TV, and they're going like I'll do, which means don't talk to me because I'm engrossed in this TV show. Don't be talking to me because I'm not listening. I'm looking at this. I'm really interested in this movie. If I'm looking at it, I'm interested in it and I want to watch it. Right? So you're not focused. That's not family time. That's just a bunch of people in a room doing their own thing. Family time is you're doing the same thing. You're doing it as a unit. and you need to do it consistently. Say every week, hey, we're going to do something. We're going to go for a walk together. We're going to go out to eat together. And that could be, out somewhere. We're going to have our meal, but we're going to go out to get some ice cream. It's a new ice cream. They got all these new ice cream places. We're going to try a couple of those. There's a May Day in this part of town. There's Dreamette, and the Dreamettes are going on. They're building those all over town or whatever city you live in. Maybe you're having this thing we're having now with ice cream places are popping up everywhere. Cupcake places that sell specialize in cupcakes or different desserts, those type things. We're going to have a game night. I heard somebody say their family loves to play games. That's what they do together, but they're doing it together. You can laugh and talk, giggle, make light of different things that you may have been going through. This may be a time where kids will open up and talk to you about some things that have been bothering them. But it's family time. You're spending that time together, loving on each other, spending time with each other. That's some valuable time. So you want to preserve that family unit. All right? So make sure that you set some time up so you don't miss it, because if you just say whenever we're free, you may never be free. Set a set time and then be consistent. We're going to do this weekly, however you're going to do it. You might have a spouse or something that works remotely. Well, not remotely, but in another city or whatever. So you may say we do it bi-weekly, or we have to do it once a month. But whatever fits your family, do something and be consistent with it. Okay? And this is another one that kind of gets me because, hey, what are you doing with your talents and your skills? Now, there are some things that you were born with. Those were given to you. You got them. You've always had them. You might have had to hone them a little bit, but you had them. You were blessed with those. Then you have skills, those things that you work on. You may want to, like communication. So communication is something that that's a skill that you can work on. You can go to a Toastmasters. You can go to a Rotary Club. You can go somewhere and read for schools or whatever. But you can do those things that are going to help you work on that skill. That's a skill. But how many of us have talents and skills that we do nothing with? Well, I work. I'm just going to sit home now. Why? That's just like if you take something that that was useful in the home. Let's just say a vacuum cleaner. So you bought this new vacuum cleaner, top of the line, can do everything, and you use it when you first got it. You got the attachment for the drapes, you got the attachment for the baseboards and the corners. But eventually, the joy of having this new gadget wears off, and so you begin to use it less and less. Now you got the robot, and you just let the robot come on by itself, do its own thing. Well, where is that expensive vacuum cleaner that you just had to have, that you love, because it does some things now that the robot won't do? Because it's not going to get your drapes. It's not going to get all up in those corners. Not putting the robot down now, because the robot is bad. But now, where's that vacuum cleaner? It is somewhere getting spider webs on it. And then, depending on how long you let it sit, one day you might pull it out, and guess what? It won't even work. So those skills and talents you have, if you don't use them, pull them out every now and then, and do something with them, one day you may want to use them, and they're not there anymore. Years ago, years and years ago, I used to sing in the choir at church. Used to lead songs in the female chorus. I stopped singing, stopped doing it. I probably can't even carry a tune now. You wouldn't want me to be in your choir, but that was something that I was working on. I didn't utilize it, so it definitely didn't get any better, right? But what is it? Is it, do you have talents for organizing things, events, you decorating, you're very creative, you're you're very analytic. What is it that you can really, really do that you could, possibly, not to say you have to get a job doing whatever it is, but you may be able to volunteer in an organization, or you could help one of your children. I noticed that you do blah, blah, blah. I could do so and so and so for you, and you wouldn't have to do that. And then it would, it would benefit you, you know. Say you have one of your kids are like in management, and they have to work a lot of hours, and they have kids. You love the food prep. You are very, very good at it. And you know portion size, and you can really cook. That may be something that you could do for them. And not why I want to slave and do that, but you love doing it. So why not do it to benefit someone? Remember, I always be talking this month too about kindness and gratitude and helping others. That would help your child. I know you don't have a problem helping your child, and then they would be able to help you in return, right? So all these things are very, very, very beneficial. So think about that, using those gifts and talents. And then my last one is, what about those hobbies? You have hobbies. Do you take the time to do your hobbies? Don't you relax when you do your hobbies? Because I'm sure your hobby is something that you will really, really love. So do you take the time to do it? Is it knitting? Is it crocheting? Is it making t-shirts? Is it doing things with the Cricut machine? What is it? Do you love it? Do it, do it, do it. If you don't, you are just wasting it. Doing something that you love to do, it's going to relax you. It's going to help you release that tension, that anxiety. Put your mind on something pleasant. Get your mind off something that's negative or whatever. So spending time doing that hobby, that's a good thing. But you're preserving that life that you want to keep, that you're happy with. That's what we're talking about. Doing those things that are going to help you preserve the life that you have built and you want to keep. So what good is it going to do for you to build your best life if you're not going to preserve it? Hey, think about it. So think about this. You are bold and beautiful, but you have one life to live. Honor the days of your life as the world turns, so you don't need to go to General Hospital. Think about it. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this segment talking about gratitude, and that's life experiences. Please join us Tuesday for another Blueprint for Success. Our guest is going to be Stephanie M. Seaton, and our topic is Reach Out and Touch. I cannot wait. So please tune in at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Central Time. But Blueprint for Success, I look forward to seeing you. Remember, we are declaring Jeremiah 29:11 over your lives this year. God wants you to have prosperity and the future that you hope for. So please make sure that you design your blueprint for success based on the plans that God has for you. Put in the work and build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. If you're traveling early for the holiday, please, please, please be safe. I love you, but I will look for you Tuesday if you're not traveling or busy already cooking. but enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.